I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to myself as well. I want to just kind of highlight something that I call broken consciousness. Broken consciousness. When your consciousness is broken, we tend not to be able to appreciate value. And I'm guilty of that as well, not being able to appreciate value. What happens is, let's say you meet someone and your consciousness is broken, meaning you are not aware of the things that you do self-consciously. And you can meet your king or you can meet your queen and you immediately put them in the friend zone because your consciousness is broken. You cannot appreciate and you cannot discern when that special person or that soulmate comes along. What happens is it allows you to keep repeating the cycle of soul ties. I did a video before on soul ties and understanding the difference between your soul and your spirit. Your soul is like the engine in a car. The engine, the car is not going to drive. Your spirit is like the driver of the car. So when your consciousness is broken, you will allow soul ties to keep repeating themselves. It also makes you weak. Weak for men and weak for women that reject you. Have you ever tripped off, like you're always going after that person that rejects you, or like we want the one that don't want us, and the ones that want us, we tend to shy away from them and put them in the friend zone, and that sabotages good relationships. And it also causes female slave conditioning. I'm also studying on something else. I'm a visual person. I like to take notes because that's how I learn. People learn differently. One of the t-shirts I have is compliments of Black Money Corp, BMC, blackmoneycorp.com. He made these t-shirts for me. It says, hashtag I know my worth. You don't have to tell me I matter. Hashtag I know my worth. So be sure to get your merch. I'll put it in the description where you can get your merch. Some notes that I've been taking called Let It Go. Some people have the gift of goodbye. Most men have the gift of goodbye. They can walk away and don't even look back. And we as women, and sometimes men too, continuously just can't get it. Just flies right over our head. This person does not want me. You're doing everything power to try to get that person to come back to you, to like you, to appreciate you, to love you. Listen, there is no need for you to roll over, do some tricks, fetch a bone, and tongue fight with a lizard in a desert, trying to get someone to appreciate your value. You need to already know your worth. Come out of that broken consciousness. Be conscious, or in the new millennia, what they call is wake up. The person go when they are pulling away. If you notice that a person is pulling away from you, first assess the situation. Why are they pulling away? Why are they pulling away from you? If they're pulling away from you because they are no longer interested, then you need to just let it go. You will understand why a person is pulling away when you're moving in different directions. How can two walk together lest they agree? If you have been with a person, let's say it's like your high school sweetheart, or you've been with them for many, many years, and you tend to grow apart. When you're growing apart from someone and you all are moving in different directions, you may want to consider just letting it go. Just letting it go. And it hurts. It really hurts. Sometimes you have to let your heart break. Let your heart break so your soul can heal. Let your heart break so your soul can heal. Repeat that. Let your heart break so your soul can heal. If you don't, it can lower your self-esteem. It is degrading. It is poisonous. And it will cause your self-esteem to be lowered. And also remember, listen, trouble don't last always. You've heard the cliche that all wounds heal with time. That could be true about 99.9% of the time. But there's always that 1% that you just can't seem to let it go. That's a soul tie. You have to get rid of everything that tied you to that person or persons. Let it go. Whether it's, I've said this before on other videos, pictures, trolling their social media, having the temptation to just think of anything that you can text them for, whether it's happy birthday or Merry Christmas or hey, just seeing how you doing. Avoid the temptation to continuously reach out to that person, because guess what? When they don't respond back, how's that make you? You wish that you never would have texted them in the first place, because it's hurtful. We're human and we hurt and we get angry, and it's okay to get angry. Just don't sin in your anger. Me personally, I had to learn the hard way. Like, I sinned in my anger. Like, I was angry. I was upset. When I found out my ex had moved on, with his life and with another woman, I was upset. I was angry. So I'm pretty sure, like, I'm probably on YouTube somewhere. I'm pretty sure somebody got some good footage, because I pulled up several times. And let me just tell you, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't cute, wasn't nothing fly about it. And I look back on it, I could laugh about it now, but at the time, it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all, because, I kind of like don't want to go into detail, but I'm gonna just tell you, look, I had spray painted his car, busted out his headlights, poured gasoline all over the car. I didn't light it on fire though, because there were people outside saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. So I'm glad I didn't do it. And you know why? Because when I look back on it, I thank God that He has kept me, and that although I fall, He has never let me hit the ground. So I have to stay prayed up. I have to stay in my word every day. I do my verse of the day, read my scriptures, try to stay grounded, try to stay solid, and think about, it's not just about me. I have children. If I do something that is going to cause me to be taken away from my children, or my children be taken away from me, at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Nobody is worth your freedom. Nobody is worth your sanity. There's nobody worth it. Once you decide and make the decision to move on and allow that person to move on, then it's going to hurt, but in the long run, you'll be able to look back on it and say, wow, I'm so glad that I didn't do what I had planned to do. And let me just tell you, God has not brought you this far to leave you now. I believe it's in 1 Corinthians 10:13 that says, no temptation has overtaken you except such as is common to man. But God is faithful and will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also make a way of your escape, that you may be able to bear it. So there's nothing too hard for God, and there's nothing so bad that it cannot be worse. And always remember that God has solutions to problems that we haven't even had yet. So make sure that the people who are around you are positive. They bring positive energy. Make sure you have someone in that circle that has some resources, that has been through what you're going through, and that can get a prayer through on your behalf. So this is just a quick note to self. Golden nuggets. Please believe me. I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know. I love you all, and you have a blessed day on purpose.